This is News 3 Evening Edition. I'm Teresa Whitaker. In this week's News 3 Neighbor segment, Phil takes you to North Georgia for a tour of the neighborhood he grew up in. It was part of his reunion weekend in LaFayette, Georgia, just south of Chattanooga.
I always get a warm feeling as I drive into my hometown. The view of the rolling hills that surround it lets me know I'm home. It's called the Queen City of the Highlands, and I've always liked the sound of that. The town is named after the Marquis de Lafayette of France. We prefer to call it Lafayette. The Marsh House is a prominent landmark. Local historians say Confederate General Braxton Bragg mapped out his successful strategy for the Battle of Chickamauga on the front lawn here. My grandfather Clinton was a brick mason. He helped build the United Methodist Church along with many other buildings in my hometown. This peach-colored building used to be Shepherd's Clinic. That's where I was born on a scorching hot July day back in 1952. There used to be a department store called Abney's that sat on this street corner. I worked there part-time during the holidays. My old elementary school is still standing. Fortune Grammar is now a church. I attended all but the 7th grade here. LaFayette High School was my old stomping grounds from 1966 to 1970, and it was while studying here that I took a speech class, that was headed up by Sylvia Chambliss, and it was under her guidance and direction that I made the decision to go into broadcasting. Behind my old high school is the football field I played on. I was a running back. My senior year, our football team went undefeated during the regular season, the only time that's been done in school history. Last Friday night, members of that region championship team got together for a reunion. We watched the current edition of the Lafayette Ramblers play host to Cedartown. The visitors won handily, but we barely noticed as we reminisced about our incredible season 44 years ago. The next afternoon, we huddled again to pay tribute to our head coach, Ralph Williams. We presented him with a football signed by many of us who played for him. To a man, we all expressed our gratitude not just for how Coach taught us to play the game of football, but more importantly, how he prepared us for the game of life. One of my football colleagues told me that growing up in Lafayette was like growing up in Mayberry. We had it made. And if any of us even thought about getting into trouble, there were plenty of folks, like Coach Williams, who was ready to nip it in the bud. Teresa.
All right, thanks, Phil.